Hey, Onion here, continuing my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV Online. We're in 3.3 now, starting Revenge of the Horde. Everything here brought with text to speech, that way we don't miss any of the main story quests, and can provide it to a larger range of people that might have disabilities like dyslexia or bad eyesight, including myself. Please enjoy, getting started now.
Ah, Mistress Full Play. It is well that you are here. You are wanted within. I believe Master Alphino wishes a word with you. Welcome, Mistress Full Play. Shall I show you inside the manor?
Ah, Onion, there you are. Have you a moment? There is something I would fain discuss. I must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of Estinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you described his fateful transformation at Oz's Law, I feared him lost forever, but the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Y'shtola and Kroll for a more empirical appraisal, and full glad am I that I did, for it would seem they have some observations of their own to share.
The ladies have saved us a table at the Forgotten Night. Shall we go?
Excellent. Let us not keep our honored colleagues waiting.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humors.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the Great Worm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I had sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean?
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino, by all means hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Ah! I found you at last! A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Onawa.
"'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours."
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then, Sir Emmerich awaits.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
What news has Sir Emmerich to share with us, I wonder? Might Sir Emmerich perchance have received word of a Dravanian advance? Or mayhap they have located Esti, that is to say, mayhap Nidhogg has been found. Come. I would hear what the Lord Commander has to say.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Hraesvelga?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal, I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelga's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal, and if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord, though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then, we will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. Both of you. The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
It grieves me to impose upon you in this manner, but you of all people understand the threat we now face.
It is no imposition, Sarah Merrick, to Onion and I, Ishgard is as a second home. After the many battles we have fought and the bonds we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is aught that we can do to aid in its salvation, then pray impose all you must.
You are true friends.
Shall we be about our task, then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's shade will strike, but we must assume that time is not our ally.
Indeed. With that in mind, I have taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mistress Tataru that you will be escorting me to Somal. I confess, I did not provide the exact details of our destination, as they are as yet unknown to me.
We will summon Hraesvelgar at Zenith in the Churning Mists. Ere we begin our ascent, however, I think it best that we pay a visit to Enix Shrine.
You seek an advantage in the coming negotiations?
I do. I would consult with Vidofnir. I propose this in part out of concern for her condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it could have grave consequences for our alliance. That apart, she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind.
Well reasoned. To the Dravanian Fallens, then.
Ah, 'tis the warrior of warriors and her companions. What bringeth you to mine abode?
Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch.
Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time.
Full glad am I to hear it. You were the guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly.
I am a dragon full grown, and thou thought to protect me, mortal? I was tempered by the fires of battle ere thy great-grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship.
Would that we could return to that era of peace, when man and dragon knew such comradeship.
Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by ancient rancor.
For a truth, there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth.
That much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for Somal, to beseech the aid of your sire once more.
Folly. Thou knowest he as well as I how he will answer.
Hraesvelgar's heart remains unchanged, then. A pity dot, but if it is folly to hope, I am content to die a fool.
As hath ever been the way with thy kind. Go then, but be warned, the shade's presence hath driven its minions to frenzy.
Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Though I expected no better answer from Bedofnir, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. 'Twould seem that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent.
Off to you, Master Alphina.
Scout ahead if you wish, Onion. We shall join you outside Mogholm.
I had heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty.
Few live to see such wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Estinian and Sail yet walked at our side.
Kupo Po. Is that you, Onion?
Ah, if it isn't Mog. Mog,
Don't tell me you've forgotten my name, Kupo. After all we've been through together. But at least you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Onion? I see, Kupo. Then I suppose our time around the campfire meant less to you than I thought it did. It's Moen, by the way.
But putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Mogholm, Kupo? Ah, another audience with old Hurray's Velgar. Well, I hope you've brought the horn, Kupo. With the winds as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the great worm's ears easily enough.
that is good to hear, Moen, thank you. We had best press on to Zenith, while the winds are in our favor.
Now that was unexpected, Kupo. Chieftain Muglin will want to hear about this.
You dare summon me again, mortals?
Great Hraesvelga, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelga. I am Emmerich de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
To parley, thinketh thou thy purpose unclear to me? Thou art come to beg mine aid in the battle against the shade of my blood brother.
You foresaw mine intent.
I but read that which is writ plain in thine eyes. Would that thou had wit enough to scribe the answer to mine? My beloved Shiva did once build a bridge twixt man and dragon, a bridge which thy treacherous forefathers saw fit to tear down, as thou well knowest.
Lis ech niteg kasmon ikin lis noan jas an es in salen mon anesh undahai in.
Thinkest thou Nidhogg was alone in despairing at the murder of the blood sister? Thinkest thou mine own soul did not cry out for vengeance? Know then that upon that accursed day my heart did wither in my breast, and thy kind become unto me the harbingers of despair. Tis only Shiva's gentle dream that preventeth me from flying at Nidhogg's shoulder. Be grateful that I swore to abjure aggression ere I consume her. I permit my children to offer or deny thy aid as they see fit, to warn thy people of my blood brother's coming, that thou wouldst dare ask more of me, but affirmeth thine uncrucible arrogance.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope?
Perceiveth thou such light in the dusk of mine existence?
I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back?
Yazel piteth deluded Yazel. The child did lament her past sins, and sought to balance the scales which with her remaining days. 'Twas her unquenchable passion, so alike to that of my beloved, which did spur me into flight. And for my own part, I would counterance no longer the hands of evil men to use my blood brother's eye for ill.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Spare me thine idle sophistries. Even were there a mote of truth in thy reasoning, what of it? Wouldst thou have me slay my own sibling, to save a city of mortals?
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours.
And yours?
Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Segmon infin, sesk antis ekmon, kin al ud.
Thou wouldst strike down thy friend, and by example of thy righteousness persuade me to break mine oath and kill my kindred?
Sloskna, dyrkin illes, kol hes nar inish, dra or in.
Heed me, my child. The servants of Hydaelyn envision a different outcome. They intend salvation not only for Ishgard, but for the doomed Dragonslayer as well.
Da niteg, garjas, nosk in an, slisva holkas, kain na.
Believest thou this shade to be Nidhogg's return? It is not merely a manifestation of his vengeance, a shadow cast by thy blood brother's rage. I would not command thee, but ponder well thy course, lest it lead thee unto greater remorse.
Nalent in kolta wan ein, nal an ein, in an.
What, no words from me, warrior? I take it thou art resolved to act whether I aid thee or no. Ha! I do admire thy determination.
Al in om water, smahes in an.
Hast thou the strength of will to stand against such terrible shadow? I wonder. 'Twould seem I must put thee and thy companions to the proof.
Sway in Ratatoska dis die an. Slosk kin. Skol ich les io.
I shall wait for thee in the ruins whereth Redistar once dwelleth. Heed well the words of my children, and hasten thee to the place of thy trial.
I believe I spied a wyvern landing just outside the palace. It is doubtless one of the children of whom Herez Velgar spoke. Come, my friends, let us not keep our escort waiting. My broodmates and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations.
I'm going to pause it here. Thanks to everybody that allowed me to read that. I do it so I can set up the closed caption as well. That way it can be translated. Just to get a broader reach to the community. And you can tell, like, if I had to read every single part of this story, I lose so much detail. And again, I apologize and thank you. We'll see you in the next one.